Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Saturday, April 16th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates. But as well, thank you in advance for your love and support, your likes, comments, and subscriptions. The overall message I channeled for this upcoming Saturday, much needed, much needed. All right. They're saying let the peace roll on in, and we're going to begin by pulling an overall focus, an overall energy, if you will, from the Spellcasting Oracle deck. Bear with me. Okay. For my beautiful souls for Saturday. We have love. Beautiful. So the overall focus for the day, for the most part, will be love in a multitude of forms. All right. And underlining focus on your happiness. I feel like you haven't been feeling the happiest in the last couple days, especially when we're reflecting on the previous day on Friday, when it comes to Friday. Wanting to get your justice when it comes to love, wanting to acquire a level of justice when it comes to your career as well, your money, to say the least. Feeling as if you just deserve the justice that will make you the happiest, right? Who says you have to limit yourself to just one? But it feels like one form of justice. It feels as if the focus is on what's at the top of your priority list. Wow. They're saying your needs will be met. Beautiful. We're going to continue and pull one for each quarter as guided by Spirit from the Mystic Mondays deck. Speak upon each quarter of the day. Okay. You could be pushed to think about an ending in the past, as I just saw the Death card and the World. An ending from the past that helped your world transform. But I also feel as if each of us are just feeling a bit depleted and therefore needing to feel the peace of this Saturday in a lot of ways, needing to heal some much needed rest potentially, or much needed love surrounding us, or love for oneself in the form of self-care. Much needed justice in more than one form, it feels, but mainly just in one big way. I hope that makes sense. But allow yourself to heal. Bear with me. When something doesn't feel right throughout this day, don't hold on to it. They're saying just move on. Okay. So we have the first three, and the last one will be right from the top of the deck. Okay, so interesting energy. We're beginning with the Five of Cups in reverse. And underlining focus on what you've gained from the moody days recently, or just the eeriness that was in the air, right? Certain emotions that had floated to the surface. It feels like this is how you've been viewed, right? Even if it's not how people are viewing you throughout this day, could be. But a bit of emotion, a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share. Definitely burnt out, to say the least. We're going to clarify this Five of Cups. Okay, so yeah, waking up feeling a little bit stressed, right? Could definitely be due to your spirituality or dreams. It depends on your situation. But at the very least, feeling as if the stress from the previous days kind of rolls on in. But then as you make your way through your day, you go through your morning routine, implement some self-care, start to wake up, right? Do what you have to do to start your day in one way, shape, or form when it comes to obligations. Something happens, a switch goes off, okay, a switch goes off is what they're saying, that stress gets turned off, the negativity, the pessimistic way of being potentially, and you start to expect the best, right? Some much needed change in perspective is how it's coming through. Starting to see that, yeah, something's not over as you make your way to the second quarter with the Tower card in reverse. But it's not the end of the world, right? Your world is changing and developing endlessly, but it just feels like you implement a level of self-care and love for oneself, and maybe even somebody reaches out, or you see a level of commendability about oneself being noticed, people praising you on a social media account, or people just noticing you in general. It could be a random universal acts of somebody texting you, calling you to start your day in this first quarter at some point, and it just makes you feel better, right? Some much needed support or comfort or just a boost in one's self-esteem. All right. Well deserved is what I'm hearing. Bear with me. Doesn't mean you won't struggle occasionally throughout the day, but I mean, what a breath of fresh air in comparison to the energy you could have been experiencing or just sensing in a lot of ways previous to this Saturday. Anyways, they're saying let the weekend roll on in, but we have the Princess of Pentacles to clarify this Tower card in reverse for the second quarter, talking all about how you're thinking about a financial investment or a new job or something that has to do with your money in regards to what you want to come to an end but can't yet, right? It's just going to be on your mind at this point. It's been coming up a lot in these daily reads, but it just feels as if that's what you're thinking about, right? You could even be wrapped up in that situation. With the Ten of Cups, being reminded that what you plan to invest in, however that works for you, even if it's just with your time and energy, your resources, it's leading you to an immense amount of fulfillment, right? It's your Ten of Cups, at the very least in your mind, and therefore it will end up being that way, manifested to be your wish fulfillment, your level of personal fulfillment in your external reality. They're saying you will love it. You will love it. I know I keep picking up that card, but it's connecting to each quarter thus far, all right? Let oneself remember that you deserve to love your life, right? It's not all about just working and paying bills and just living the way that other people would foresee it for oneself, right? It's not about playing it safe. Interesting. Beginning the second half of the day, the third quarter, we have the Moon card, all right? They're saying a little bit of emotion still left over, but still expecting the best, right? It's a continuous healing process, some much needed healing, much needed secrecy as well. Not everybody needs to know what you're going through. You could feel as if you overshared recently, or feel as if this new beginning, once again, is just in taking an underlying focus and keeping that to oneself. So be it. But with the Queen of Wands here, you could also be thinking about how there's a level of mystery to when another opportunity, well before what that Ten of Cups and the Princess of Pentacles represents, there's another opportunity where it feels very mysterious as to when it's going to begin. It's not for everybody. But with the Queen of Wands and the Moon coming out for the third quarter, horrible wording, you're going to feel as if you're just putting your foot down when it comes to your emotions. It's like, all right, yeah, I've learned from it, I've grown from it, I'm moving right on. I'm not sitting in these emotions. I'm allowing for this day to feel as a level of healing come to be and feel peaceful, feel refreshing, that breath of fresh air. It feels like you could feel a little bit feisty as well. To a certain extent, it may be that energy in the background of one's situation. It may even be someone around you as well. Interesting. I'm being drawn to the Flower here. It's the third quarter where you're being pushed to think about how you can implement nature into your routine moving forward, or if you can at this point in the day, which you probably will not be able to due to Mother Nature. Interesting. Try to wrap yourself up with nature. Peaceful. It's hard to be stressed, to be anxious when you're focusing on the beauty of nature itself. Period. I'll always say that. I'm pulling one more for this quarter. As we do have the Seven of Cups, you could feel as if you're doing a little bit of research at this point or thinking about several choices, options, decisions for the near future for oneself. You could even be just browsing online for certain items, and this giving you a sense of preparation for the future in what shape or form. You could be thinking about improving one's health as well, all of which feels a bit secretive, right? Thinking about how to maintain that positive, optimistic way of being. However that ends up working for you, all right? And we have the Fool here. They're also saying, how do I love myself better, more so, okay? How to improve that process and way of being. The Fool coming out, and there's an underlying focus at this point in the day on a wish fulfillment you desire, on, again, keeping that hope alive when it comes to a leap of faith you desire in the future, being aligned with the Tower card in reverse, but also thinking about how you could be having more fun moving forward, right? It's almost as if you had fun recently, you felt a little bit guilty. Not for everybody. Or you just feel as if you don't have the expendable resources to do so often. but it feels like you're being pushed to recognize how to have fun, how to enjoy oneself, even if it's not in this quarter, where it doesn't cost you a ton of money, when it doesn't make you feel as if you're stepping further away from the completion of your goals, because it feels like somehow that all ties into this leap of faith you desire in the future, a big goal in one way, shape, or form. It feels like a situation to replace another, okay, for the majority of you. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands coming out here. Being put in the spotlight, but there's a fun vibe about this card. And I was drawn to use this deck due to the amount of color that pops out from the imagery, right? Especially in the last quarter of the day. So you're thinking about having fun, thinking about enjoying oneself more, being pushed to by spirit in the universe. But also, due to what you've been working on recently, being noticed, right? Checking a social media account and people seeing you as somebody who just is very attractive or has it going on, knows what they're doing, and is trying to enjoy oneself all the meanwhile. And I just feel like it's a part of the day that wraps things up and reminds you that it's a much needed love for oneself, and to move towards a life when you can, that you will love much more. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing Saturday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.